Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to My Chamber TV. We're in the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce chamber today. And guess what? We're at Stumpy's Hatchet House. This is the coolest place. You got to come down and visit. But we're going to jump right on into this real quick. Doug has got me a really good lineup today. Actually, it's better than good. It's great. Right. So I'm here with Daphne Thomas.
Yes.
Right. And you are with Unbroken Dreams, Inc.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about what is Unbroken Dreams.
Okay, so Unbroken Dreams is a foundation that I started. It is meant to keep people off the streets. There's a lot. Whenever I moved to Tampa a couple years ago, I realized that there were a lot of people that were living on the streets.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's a big problem in Florida.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
But Tampa has a ton. Mm-hmm. And actually, even the surrounding areas has a ton.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I wasn't used to that. And
so where were you from?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, yep, nope. It's too cold to be homeless up there. I'm just saying, even in the summertime, it's way too cold to be homeless up there.
It's
so
too cold for anything up there.
Exactly.
except for Penn State football.
Okay, so how do you actually start the process? Or do you find people, or do people come to you, or do someone go, hey, I got these people, they really need help?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we do, I will go out and meet people on the street. So
Okay.
I'll put together gift bags, take them out, talk to people, see what they need, how I can help them.
Right.
We offer many services, so see where I can help them the best.
Okay.
Based on the answers that they give me, I'll look for homes for them.
Right.
Or put them in education, put them in some training. Sometimes people just need birth certificates, IDs.
Right. The stuff that we take it granted that we have.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people don't really realize that whenever you are living on the street, that you really don't have anything.
At all.
At all.
Right.
And, and I think people don't that doesn't really resonate with people.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, and then now, do you help? So you help them find housing. Mm-hmm. Do you have a company you work with, or do you have another nonprofit that you work with to do this with, or you just go out there and literally do the footwork to find the house?
There are several. It depends what the situation is.
Okay.
So there are several organizations that I work with that I will call and say, because very rarely do I have anything. At this point, we are very new.
Okay.
So we just started in 2021. So at one point in the future, we will have our own housing, but right now we don't have that. So I will call, depending on their needs, if they're a family, whether they're somebody who just recently came out of prison, whether they are required to register. There's all different scenarios.
Right. And
I have contacts with different people that will help them.
That's awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, it is a problem. And in 2019 started it, and I think 2020 kind of drove the nail home, and a lot of people lost their housing, even though there was moratoriums and stuff like that. But you have families that are displaced. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say blame everything on COVID, but COVID did not help the situation that we already had a bad situation in Florida as it is.
Right. It completely changed it, I feel, because there were people already who were coming out of prison, people who already were living on the streets, and then we added a whole new layer. So we added the families, we added the people that were living paycheck to paycheck and almost considered homeless. And it only takes one thing, unfortunately, for somebody to be where they're not considered homeless in a lot of people's eyes, to be considered homeless.
Right. Well, so how does the process work after you've sat down with them, you've talked to them, or you've gone out and visited them and go, okay, so this is what we've got to do. So where do you go from there? Is it just
a lot of phone
calls?
A lot of phone calls. Some people need more things than just housing.
Right.
So they need things like, they need help with life skills training because they don't even know, like if they've been in prison for 10, 20 years. Think of how much technology has changed in those last 10, 20 years. And so they may know how to turn on a computer, but they may not know anything else about it. So they need to know the basic computer skills so that they can fill out job applications, because you're not going to just walk into a place anymore and say, give me a job application and sit there and fill it out.
Right.
So they need to have those skills. They need to be able to maneuver around. A lot of times, even doctor's appointments, they can't make except for via a website anymore. So, we make sure that they know things like that. They have all the basics of just being a 2022 person.
It's a big deal.
It's a lot.
Right.
It is a lot.
Now, do you help them out? Do you find charities that will help them out in the interim, like to get them, stuff like, I know it sounds stupid, but socks, underwear, shampoo, toothpaste?
Yes. We have some of it we get provided, we get donated.
Okay.
So I have lots of stuff that is donated to me. We have donations that come in, so then I'm able to purchase bulk items online, and then I'll put them in, I call them care bags, and I take them around and just meet people, like downtown Tampa is big, Temple Terrace area is big, any place that I'm seeing people out on the street and, they're obviously living there. Sometimes you can see they're on a box and that's where they're sleeping, or they're holding signs up, they need some help on a street corner. So I just hand them a bag. If they're easy to get to, I go in and actually talk to them. Right.
Now, do you have a facility where you take the donations into?
My house.
It's your house? Oh,
yes.
My. Okay.
Yes, we are looking for something more permanent.
Right.
So we'd like something somewhere in Hillsborough. That we can go out, purchase a home, have the donations there, set things up so people can come in, live, and the program can work a little better.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I'm thinking going, wow. I mean, to go through that amount of stuff. And now it's it probably your garage, right? Is just chock full.
It's in a couple of my rooms in the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, that was one, you actually kind of answered my question. So you strictly kind of deal with Hillsborough County, not Pasco, Pinellas, and Hernando?
We will take care of anybody in need.
Okay.
A person is a person. We don't care what you did. We don't care what your history is. We don't care how you got where you got. The important thing is that you're there.
So what is the best way? I mean, I'm looking at your website right now, and it's like you're looking for volunteers. You have online program application, a donation portal, and online in-kind donations. That was my next question. So I know money is good. We all prefer to give our charities money, but do you take clothes and do you take stuff? Okay, so you do.
We take household items, clothing, furniture, anything, because at one point we will be able to provide the housing ourselves.
Right.
And so we want to be able to move in and provide these people with the things that they need.
Okay. So what's the best way for everybody to get a hold of you? I mean, I know you're here talking with us, but if I want to reach out and help you, how do I do that?
So you can either call me. My number is 757-570-2060. And yes, I said 757. I have a different area code. And you can also reach out to me at Daphne at unbrokendreamsinc.org via email. We also have a website, which is unbrokendreams.net. And you can get a hold of us on there. We have a form on there that you can.
I even see you have a live chat, or you have a chat since there. So it's like, so are you? We only got about a minute left. Are you 24/7? Does that phone? If that phone rings at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're up.
Well, at night I generally turn it off.
Okay.
I do have another job that I do, so I generally take between about 10 and 7 in the morning. However, I am up a lot during the night, so I always look at my phone to see if anybody needs anything.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Absolutely. All right, folks. Look, if you're especially if they're in Hillsborough County, area, right?
Yes.
Miss Daphne, she'll take your phone call. If you got somebody that needs some help, give her a call. That way she can help you out, or help them out. Or if you're somehow watching this on the web, which we have a lot of people that watch us on the web, you're more than welcome to reach out to us. We'll reach out to her, or just reach out to her. But all of our information's been on there. The website's a great website. I'm looking at it right now. It's a ton of information. You can get a hold of her anytime you want. So stick around. We have more great guests coming. So we'll be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, welcome back. You know what? We're gonna get physical. We're gonna get physical. Ha! Right? No, we're not gonna get physical. But I am here with Dr. Rhadi Ferguson from the Tampa Judo.
Tampa, Florida Judo, yes
right.
Sir.
So let's talk about that. So
let's do it.
I had the first question we sat down on is I said, okay, which version of, and it was like, I think I caught you off guard a little second there, and it was like, oh yeah, because there is a fighting style and then there's a traditional style.
Yeah, there's a traditional style of judo. We have combat judo.
Combat.
Which is really very similar to combat sambo.
Okay.
And then we have traditional Kodokan judo, which is the traditional old school version of judo. They don't follow the rules that are set out by what they call the International Judo Federation. And then you have sport judo,
right?
Which I practiced.
That's
I practiced sport judo.
Okay.
But I've done all of them.
Yes.
And I did mixed martial arts professionally too.
Right, nice. Yeah,
Yes.
we were talking, about old school here. I got MMA behind me, but so what made you want to go into teaching judo?
I tell you what, man, I love teaching. I love coaching. I got into judo because I started in an after-school program in Miami, Florida.
Okay.
And then we moved out of Miami. We moved up north, and I got away from judo at the age of 12. When I graduated from Howard University, I went back into judo. I thought I was going to play professional football. That didn't work out well.
Right. But what a great thing to know if you're a football player, knowing that,
Listen,
you can manhandle.
My son didn't play football as a young man. As a kid,
right?
He went. He's in ninth grade. He went to ninth grade at Sickles and started at linebacker, and is doing awesome in his 10th grade year. Just past season, led the team in tackles. Hadn't played football, Pop Warner, or anything. Just judo, but he's really good with his hands and his feet and his movement. And he's just been excelling on the field just from the kinesthetic awareness that's developed from judo.
Right, and you taught him yourself?
Oh my God, yes, I taught him since the age of 4, and I taught my daughter Rhadi since the age of 3. Yes.
Nice. So they can take care of themselves. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I just love coaching and teaching and being able to pour into young men and young women and help them develop self-esteem and self-discipline and character and all the things that come from what we talked about with the martial arts process.
Right, absolutely. It's phenomenal. So So the school, I mean, I'm looking at your website, and the website, I mean, it's got a lot of information on there, which is absolutely phenomenal. And you'll take them young all the way till my old age, right?
Yeah, no, I tell people, man, I take everybody from age of 4 all the way up to right before you jump in the hole. You know, we'll take it.
They'll be pushing me in the hole, but that's okay. That's okay.
We're not trying to go in easy.
No. I fought coming in. I'm going to fight going out. That's just the way it is, right?
That's right.
All right, so okay, where is the school located at?
We are in Oldsmar.
Okay.
In Oldsmar, Florida.
Right.
Right off of like Racetrack Road, that area there.
Oh, okay.
Right off Racetrack Road, yes.
Yeah. All right. And you're open 7 days a week?
We're open Monday through Thursday from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Wow.
We have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo fundamentals from 5:30 to 6:30. And then from 6:30 to 7:30 we have Judo class, and from 7:30 to 8:30 we have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practice.
Wow.
Yes, and we get after it. I got competitors in there. I had 2 people last year that qualified for the Pan American Judo Championships.
Nice.
My daughter was one of them, Rhadi, and another student, McKenna Webb. They qualified for the Pan American Infantile Championships. And then I have multiple time national champions in there. And then I have some people who just want to get in great shape.
Right.
Man, we do everything in there, from pushing sleds to using the air bikes to running, sprints, lifting weights, and we climb a rope. We do everything that's necessary in order to develop the whole person.
All right. So for the folks that don't know, I mean, martial arts, it's really one of those things that's it's good for the soul.
Yes.
It's good for the body. It's good for the mind. But tell them at home really what it can do for you physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Well, here's the thing. There is no ability to transcend yourself on a spiritual level without suffering. Now, the thing that we make a mistake with in today's society is we want to remove suffering from the process. You cannot remove suffering from the process. As much as I would love to coddle and hold and protect my children need to go out in the world and develop themselves as human beings. We use the martial arts process in the dojo, the facility, that housing, to put people in a safe environment to allow them to go through the process of suffering. Now, people say, oh man, I don't want my kid to suffer. Everybody has to suffer. I tell my kids all the time, there is no championship ring without the suffering. The suffering is just part of the whole process. I had the opportunity to go to college at Howard University. I played 3 sports. I wrestled, I ran track, I played football, I was on a football scholarship. I also did mechanical engineering, and I can tell you, my sleep suffered, my body suffered, and I graduated. I did great, and I learned a lot of those skills and things from the process as a martial artist. And there's nothing wrong with suffering. There's not even any religious experience that you can have without the process of suffering. And most religious stories require some type of suffering. And I think people look at suffering as being a bad thing, not understanding that the way out is through.
Right. Correct. Absolutely.
And that's what kids learn. I have kids that come in my facility. I can tell you, we laugh, we joke, we have fun, we have parties, sometimes I buy, sandwiches from a local shop that's right next door because I believe in supporting local businesses. And man, we have a great time. But tears flow sometimes too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kids don't always want to run. They don't always want to do the bear crawls. They don't want to throw. They don't want to climb the rope.
Right.
And you have to do some of the things that you don't want to do. I'm not for the people who are listening, I'm not a belt factory. If you come to my place and you think I'm going to give your kid a belt, everyone. No, I tell people
that
the truth.
Is so awesome to hear.
I'm not a belt factory. I'm not going to give your kid a belt. I'm not going to pat your kid on the back all the time. If your kid does a bad job, I'm going to say, hey, you did a bad job today. That was very poor. It's unacceptable behavior. Don't bring it here. And I had one parent tell me, he said, well, don't you think it would be better if you just gave him a little bit more encouragement? I said, don't you think it's better if I just tell him the truth? I said, so that when he does a good job, he knows it's a good job.
We can literally stop right now, and that's the best thing I've ever heard coming out of anybody's mouth, because that is phenomenal. People need to understand it's not easy. Life's not going to be easy for you. No,
that's not supposed to be. And my job is I'm not there to sugarcoat it. I'm not there to put powdered sugar on it. I'm not there to wash it down with chocolate milk.
Right.
I'm not there to do it. I'm there to give you some whole quality food that's going to provide you with some nourishment. I let children be children. I let kids be kids. I let men be men. I let women be women. But I also tell people in my dojo, I don't have men and I don't have women in my dojo. I have athletes.
Yes. There you go.
And I have an expectation for the people that walk in the dojo, and I want you to be better leaving than you were coming in.
Right.
That's just it.
See, I mean, look at this dude, right? He's built. You can't get
Stacked up like dirty clothes in the freshman dormitory.
You can't get that big without ripping and tearing and rebuilding those muscles, right?
You cannot. And I still get up in the morning, 5:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm in the gym. My kids are in the gym with me. We work out at Anytime Fitness, and people say, why do you get up and why do you wake your kids up in the morning? I wake my kids up in the morning because I need to give them the best parts of me, and the best parts of me are I get up in the morning, I work out, I pray, I meditate, I eat my breakfast, I read, I write, I do my work, I work on my business, and I repeat the process. And I'm consistent. And children need to understand consistency.
Yes.
You got to be consistently consistent and persistently persistent. And I tell people that all the time. I've had people who have sat down in my dojo to sign the contract, and I told the people, I said, hey, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Smith, if you feel that you need to run the program here, these are other places that you can go.
You can go.
No, seriously.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
I run the program. I don't want the people who are listening here to think that you're going to come into my place and you're going to run the program.
Right.
They're going to run the program.
Nope.
I run the program. I appreciate you providing your child or your person to the process. I'm here to facilitate the development of that person into a quality martial artist and a great human being.
Right. That's awesome.
That's what I got for you.
You know, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I've seen so many little they're nothing but a belt factory.
They're McDojos, man.
Yeah. And give me some money, I'll give you a belt.
I give a belt, and it lacks integrity.
Well, it teaches, it's giving false hope, right? Because these kids are going out there, well, I got a black belt now, I'm awesome. And the next thing you know, some kid off the street just whoops his rear end, and,
right. and
mommy and daddy come back and go, what happened?
What happened? I think you had a black belt. And I will tell you this, as we get ready to close, I want to tell you this. The martial arts process is not about fighting. The martial arts process is not about competing. The martial arts process is about personal character refinement. But you have to realize at the end of the day, there may be a situation where you have to defend yourself, where you have to defend your family, you have to make sure that you get home. And when that opportunity or that situation comes, you want to be prepared. And I tell people all the time, being a good quality martial artist is like having a coat in the summertime. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
That's right. There you go. So I tell you what, we could actually end the show right here. I'd be happier than pig and poop. I'm just saying right now. I'm old Southern boy, so I Southernisms. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So stick around. We could just stop right here, but we're not. We got the owner of Stumpy's coming up. We've got Brandon Ryan's coming up. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Take care.
Okay, well, we're back. We had Brandon didn't show up. I'm just going to call you out. That is what it is. That's what I do. But we are actually in Stumpy's Hatchet House. And now, is this technically Tampa or is it still Oldsmar?
Well, our address is Tampa. So
Okay.
we go with Tampa.
Tampa. Okay, so we're on the edge, right?
Yes.
Speaking of edge, you throw axes here, right?
Yes.
I mean, how cool! What a great job! What a great business to own. You get angry, you come here, let me throw some axes, and I'll be okay. But we were here about a year and a half ago, something like that, about maybe 2. But there's some big things happening here.
Yes.
Let's talk about some big. And we got stuff. Look at this. Isn't that cool? That is very cool. You could come and get one of these. All right. So let's talk about what's going on at Stumpy's.
All right. So, like we talked about, we got some new merchandise that we've rolled out in the last year. We have new "Don't Be an Axhole" shirts. On top of that, "Don't Be an Axhole" stickers, which you can see right here.
There you go.
Right there with
That's
that.
awesome.
We got hats made local here from a guy right here in Oldsmar, part of the Chamber of Commerce as well. We got beard oil. We're doing this little theme here. Along with that, we have coasters for people, to come and bring out.
So the beard oil, is that because, look, if anybody did not notice, I came like a lumberjack today.
Yes.
And I got my shirt. Yep, see, got my shirt.
It's fantastic.
So but there's bigger news.
Yes. So the bigger news, it has went pretty well here for us in Tampa. Off the beaten path, we've done very well. So with the news coming out now, we're going to be in Tarpon Springs. We're going to be opening up another venue in Tarpon Springs.
That's awesome.
And that one's going to be 6,700 square feet, where this is 5,300 square feet. We're going to have upper level there. On top of that, we're going to have 13 total pits. Where this has 7 total pits.
Right.
So it's coming soon.
So we're about in Tarpon. Is it going to be located?
So it's basically off the Pinellas Trail.
Okay.
Located right across from Brighter Days Brewery, Johnny's Tap House,
Yes.
Tarpon Tavern, right off Pinellas Trail by the Sponge Dock. So we're going to be right there, Main Street, front and center. Probably get a lot of walk-in traffic and whatnot.
So are you gonna run this one and Mama runs that one, or is Mama gonna run this one and you're gonna run that one?
Oh, that's a great question. So right now, I'll probably be running both at first.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm going to have partners
Yes.
with that. So there's going to be a primary partner with that one that's going to run it with us. And once she gets all trained up and going, we're going to be a well-oiled machine as far as that goes. So
That is phenomenal.
yeah.
So let's talk about what you do here at Stumpy's. I mean, I know I came right into it because I've been here and this is a great place. Let's just talk about everything you do here. That's a lot.
All right, so yes, it goes from everything to, walking in our doors, being welcomed. Everybody has to wear closed-toed shoes. They have to fill out a waiver.
And why?
To come in.
Why you got to wear closed-toed shoes?
Well, we're throwing axes.
There you go.
All right, and let's just be honest. We're all about safety, which is number one here. It's paramount. So we're very big into closed-toed shoes, which, we get splinters here. Not saying the axe will come back, but it can come back, and
Right.
we just want to make sure everybody's covered. From there, basically, we run everybody through their little safety protocols, bring them down to their pit, and we show them how to throw. We make you a natural expert within moments.
Expert.
Okay?
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, we run them through that, and usually you have an hour of throwing or 2 hours of throwing. It all depends on the group size, and then in that hour you get all that throwing in, let alone with the 2 hours. Biggest thing we get is date nights. A lot of people come for date nights. They come.
I don't want my wife knowing how to throw an axe. I'm just saying.
Usually the wives are really good at throwing.
Right? Well, they watch all that murder porn is what we call it. And, they're like, I can do this and not get away with it. I'm like, oh, great. So giving a woman a nice sharp, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But so date nights is a thing.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
That's huge. I would say that's our number one thing. We get a lot of date nights out here. They bring it in. They have a great time. You could tell sometimes it's the first time people are meeting, and they come here, throw some axes, have some fun, a little rivalry in there because we have games for people to play. People get very competitive with it, so it's a good time with that.
Okay.
On top of that, I think I spoke last time on it, we've had divorce parties in here where they bring in pictures of their ex's, face.
Right.
They put them on the board.
Right.
And or corporate or team building events. I've even seen where they bring pictures of their bosses in. They stick it on the board.
Wow.
And let their aggression out,
The team buildings without the boss.
Right, exactly.
Right, okay.
Yes. So it's all called Hatchet therapy as we do.
Okay.
So, it's a big venue to bring in all these people to enjoy that time.
The first time that we came in here with a networking group.
Yes.
RGA was in here, and that was my first experience inside of a Hatchet house, right? And I tell you, it was awesome. We all took turns. I think you had two you call these bays?
Pits.
Pits. We had two pits open, and we were all throwing. And you're right. You know what? Now that I think back, the women were better than the guys.
Yes, that's true.
Amazing.
They get a hold of it pretty quickly. But my biggest thing is no bash on us guys, but the women usually listen very well. So to instruction. So we give the instruction, they usually pay attention, they're on top of it, and next thing I know, they're sticking it in no time. So it's just crazy how it works. Because like I said, if you listen to our instruction on how to throw, I guarantee you'll start sticking in the board in no time.
Yeah, you go through, I have to say, it's very extensive. I remember, you're right. The guys, we weren't paying attention. We were paying attention, but we weren't paying attention. Right. And then we started throwing in it. We weren't doing it, but the ladies started hitting them. So all of a sudden we're like, okay. And then you were nice enough to come back. Well, if you do this,
right.
And then the girls go, yeah, if you don't just listen to him. And we started. It was absolutely fun because there's all types of games that you can actually play, right?
Yes, we got basically we got can I get that real quick?
No, don't worry about it.
We got a basic game of 21. It's broken down. It's like cornhole scoring.
Oh, okay.
On top of that, we got a stump or stumpy. It's our version of like horse, where on the boards basically you set up certain from out inside the middle to out, and there's points with that. And and we got around the world, which is another one as well, around the board.
Okay.
So there's a lot of games for people to play. And get it going with competitions. Now, also, we've even got enhanced here. We made up bracket boards. So groups come in and we set up brackets. So we.
So you're actually doing tournament style.
Yes, we do.
That's awesome.
And here at Stumpy's, we're nice. We usually give a gift card to the overall winner. So
that means if I put together a team, I can come on the team nights and join the league and go, okay, I want in?
Yes.
How many people do you need for that?
All right, so team nights basically, the way leagues go, they go about 5 weeks long. Usually there's 2 to a team.
Okay.
We average anywhere about 5 to 10 teams. It all depends on the time of year, I guess. I notice a lot. But with that said, it goes for 5 weeks. And then each week we give a prize to the winner from a local business around here. Like we'll go to Tampa Bay Brewing Company or we'll go to Whiskey Wings or something like that. We'll get a gift card, we'll present it. And then the final week we give a $100 gift card back here to Stumpy's. And then we cater a meal actually from the Stadium Restaurant, which is out in Trinity, but we support them as well.
Yes,
so,
okay. All right, so now what does it cost to join something like that?
For league, it's for the 5 weeks, it's $100 per person.
Okay, so $200 is your entry fee.
For 2 people, correct.
Right, okay.
Yes. But with that said, that's it's from throwing from 7 to 9. So it's on Thursdays, usually on Thursdays. So from 7 to 9, you come in and throw as much as you want. And then with leagues, I know it's brought up, but you can bring in your own axe. We just have to see the axe and we have to approve
BYOA.
There it is.
BYOA, bring your own axe. Right. I would figure you wouldn't do that because you know how sharp these things are. I mean, how sharp? I mean, you're sharp. They're sharp. It's not like they're dulled down because they have to stick into wood.
Correct.
Right.
So, but we do check it. I do check them over. Obviously, I don't want somebody bringing in a tomahawk.
Well.
But
I'm out.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
There got to be a certain diameter and whatnot. But usually, everybody in the leagues is pretty good with their axes.
Okay.
And what it is. But yeah, they do come in somewhat sharp. But I think they're.
That'd be like the guys coming in and play pool night, and they're bringing in these Mucci pool sticks. You're like, oh crap. That's always an intimidation factor. Whether you're good or not, and you bring in your own, everybody's like, oh great, here we go. The guy's like, just don't even know why I'm showing up.
Right.
It's that intimidation factor. Now, do you ever do a full corporate event here where one corporation can take all 7 pits?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
We do that all the time. Actually, too, we're normally open Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
But we will open on Monday through Wednesday, and usually that's what we do for corporate events.
Corporate events, right.
So a corporate event come on let's just say a Wednesday night from 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 for an extra third hour. They'll have the whole space to themselves.
Right.
And they'll have all 7 pits. So we open it wide open for them, and usually they bring in food because you can bring food into here. Mm-hmm. And then
But you have drinks.
Yes. So we do sell
drinks.
drinks.
Full drink bar. I mean, that's pretty good, man.
We like to support our local craft breweries.
Nice.
I'm a big beer drinker guy, so and I do enjoy it. But yes, we give everything, every taste of the rainbow over there with our selection.
Can you name some of the local breweries that's in here?
So yes, Tampa Bay Brewing Company, which is our neighbor. We've got a great working relationship with them. On top of that, we got Brew Bus. We got Florida Avenue. We have Escape Brewery. There's a couple other.
Yeah, there's a
Big Storm.
Big Storm's in here, right?
Big Storm, and then Hidden Springs, which is great for us as well.
Right.
They come in. They came in here for their holiday parties as well. The great batch of brewers right there.
So now I've always known you had. Let's jump back to, because I know you've always had swag, as I have one on, right? So, but you have really gone above and beyond what I would have thought. You have do the hats, the candle. Is this the one that I love? Oh no, that's Wood Whisperers. I like the other one, but this was really good too. But you also do inline. Or
9-line.
9-line, right.
9-line for the military. So it so happens this location, we give 20% off for the military, first responders.
Okay.
But within the Stumpy's franchise, there's only so many franchisees that are actually veterans. There's I think Owen here in Tampa, and then one in Fort Worth and one whatever. So there's not many veterans, but I like it. With the 9-line, they bring it on, and they reach out to us asking us, hey, do you think this product will be good? We'll meet the criteria, and they like to support us
right.
with the veterans, and
that is,
as far as goes, it's fantastic.
It's this is a franchise across the U.S., right? Yes. And I was telling him the last time I was here, we were up in Connecticut, and I was wearing this shirt, and guy goes, I know where that's at. And everybody's like, sure you do. And he gave me the layout and the whole, I'm like, wow, actually you really do know it. He goes, yeah. And matter of fact, I think your baby was just born.
Yes.
And he goes, and there's the two, they're a young couple that got a new baby. I'm like, okay, you know.
Exactly.
So let's talk about where you're located. How do people get here?
All right, so
this is going to be fun.
Right. So we're located in United Business Park off of Hillsborough Avenue. I always usually tell people, I best say it's off Racetrack Road or by Oldsmar Flea Market, Tampa Bay Downs, in that vicinity, in that area. But GPS will get you here. If you ever use Waze, that'll put you over in another business park.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately. So there's a lot to get into here, and we don't have the best marketing outside because we're just kind of restricted on what we could.
What you can't put out there,
what
right?
we can or can't put out.
Well, I know if you're headed east on Hillsborough Avenue, because it's Hillsborough Avenue,
yes.
You have to do the U-turn to get in here.
Correct.
But if you're coming west from Tampa on Hillsborough, it's just a right-hand turn. Right?
Correct.
I always look for the big white building.
Yes.
That's all I tell everybody. Look for the big white building.
White building or a big American flag is
Yeah.
usually flying out there as well. So.
And you're in the back of the facility, right?
Yes.
And now you're not at the back anymore because they're building. This place is expanding out here. I guess that's really good because that means it's doing really well. And let's go. What's your hours once again?
Okay, so we're open Thursday through Sunday. Thursdays are from 5 to 10. Fridays are 5 to midnight. Saturdays are noon to midnight, and then Sundays are noon to 6.
Okay.
But we will open on Monday through Wednesday for parties of 8 or more, or team building, corporate events, where you get the whole space and venue to yourself. And
can I book online?
Yes, you can. If you go to www.stumpystampa.com, you go online. It's an easy reservation process.
Nice.
For 1 hour or 2 hour sessions, and pick a time and come
there
on
you go.
in.
All right, so look, if you need something to do date night, I never thought about date night. I'm gonna actually see if the wife wants to come over and let's throw some acts. I'm a little scared. I'm just saying, but stick around because we got Doug Bevis coming on. We're gonna talk about all the cool things and all the things that are happening at the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. Once again, dude, thanks for letting us come in here and shoot. This is an absolutely phenomenal place. Yeah. I love it, and now I know date night. That's what I'm gonna do. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, we are back. Oh my goodness. And no, we have not been thrown any axes. I want to, but we cannot. Not right now. We have work to do. So I'm here with Doug Bevis from the Chamber of Commerce, the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, the beautiful Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. That's a mouthful.
We are one of the few chambers that don't brand ourselves like
you
Tarpon, Safety Harbor, Dunedin, Clearwater. No,
yeah, but you're pretty good. You cover a big area though.
West Chase Town and Country, Oldsmar. We get into Palm Harbor. So
right.
We got a pretty big footprint.
Yeah, you do, and it's a great chamber. I mean, always something going. I mean, I don't think even during COVID, you guys were not doing anything. Ever.
Yeah, we had to pivot a little bit. I know we've talked about it before, but we never really stopped. We probably do, not counting our big events like Oktoberfest and Oldsmar Days and Celebrate Oldsmar that we just took over, we probably do 15 to 18 events a month, different social events. We've done one here at Stumpy's before.
Right.
And just a chance for people to network. Of course, when you become a chamber member, you have to participate. We put all these events on, and
those people that don't do anything just kill me.
Yeah.
I'm a chamber member. What do you do?
Well, you didn't bring me any business.
What do you mean? What do I do?
Yeah.
Well, what do you do? I mean, you got to participate.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself out there.
Sure. We had Dr. Ferguson in. He just joined up because of Arlo, who we've had on the show before.
Arlo's awesome.
Yeah. And so, he wants to know how to participate, how to get more involved, just come out, and you can tell he's dynamic.
I tell you what, if I was the chamber, I would take his segment and I would run that all the time. I mean, literally, if I could have had a mic for him to drop, that would be a mic drop interview right there.
He said it how it is. We're not a belt factory.
No.
So he's a great Oldsmar resident, business, and so and we have a lot of those.
Right.
We have a lot that don't participate and they join for different reasons. We just had Adobe from California sign up to be a chamber member. I'm not sure exactly what they are looking to get out of it, but Adobe, yes.
I'll be.
Yeah, so
we're Adobe guys.
Yeah, so it's interesting, but we had a great year. We're targeting 500 members by the end of June, hopefully. We also have. And this is kind of something, I know other people get involved in nonprofits, but we have, I think, 34 nonprofits that we deal with. You had one here this morning.
Yeah, she was awesome. What a great cause, too. That really is a good cause.
Yeah, so we have a lot. I think when we were here before, we had the kids. When we came to Stumpy's before.
That's right.
That was right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yes.
But, the nonprofits is really great. And, we work with them. They can do volunteer hours to pay for their membership. And, we give them free tents at the Celebrate Oldsmar or Second Friday. And so, we do everything we can.
So now, I mean, what I think a lot of people don't understand about Oldsmar itself is you also are one of the meccas for oh my gosh, I lost the word. The manufacturing.
Manufacturing.
Oh my God, I didn't realize who all's here.
Yeah, it's
right?
Matter of fact, we had at one of our mixers last night, we had a guy that's specializes in staffing for manufacturers. I said, well, you've come to the right spot.
Yeah.
And we have Microlumen, which is a medical tubing industry. Their facility, we should probably go there and film sometime. They have a half court indoor air conditioned basketball court. They got a video arcade. They got a kitchen with two full-time chefs in there. And they got a locker room that it would rival Augusta National Golf Course.
Right.
So and then you have, we have Nielsen, the world headquarters is here.
Huge.
We got United Healthcare. We've got Lockheed Martin is here. And then we have a lot of little, if you ever watch the show, how it was made, like the yogurt machine, and it takes the cup, it cuts to this, it does. They don't do that part, but they actually make the machine back here.
Right.
And so you go in there, and there's a 60-foot-long manufacturing machine, and they'll ship that thing
makes
all over.
cups.
It makes cups. Yeah, and then we got the Go-Gurts. We got those things here. So it's amazing, and every time we do we mean business with the city, and we come away from them and we go, damn, that stuff's right here in Oldsmar. Right here.
Yeah. We did a manufacturing a little seminar type thing at Nielsen. And we went, we were asked to show up, so we showed up, set a booth up, and I was blown away with the people that are the manufacturers that are here. It's mind-blowing.
We do a manufacturer's dinner. Brycoat is here. Another one, they just got bought. They were Quality Thin Films, and now they're Edmonds Optics. And so on the surface, you might not really know what that means, but the founder of Quality Thin Films also worked on the Hubble telescope.
Right, yes.
So he put the film on the Hubble telescope, and so they do films on all kinds of different glasses and reflectance and infrared and I don't know what any of it means, but it's cool.
It's cool, man. So what's going on with the chamber for the new year? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So the chamber is we're full tilt in 2022. 2021, I think, was a little weird for everybody.
It's very weird.
2020, I don't even know if it happened, but so we took over. I mentioned Celebrate Oldsmar. We took that over from the city, and it's a 3-day event. So we just had that one. We're getting ready to roll into Oldsmar Days and Nights, which is another 3-day festival, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday down at R.E. Olds Park. And then
where is that?
It's right. It's on Shore Drive, right basically at the end of Park or one of those that you just take down to the water. It's a hidden gem. We talk about this all the time. 65,000 cars a day go down Tampa Road, and a big percentage of them have no idea that just a hop, skip, and a jump is the top of the bay. So some great fishing down there, and we have a zip line down in that part of town. And it's just great. And again, I say this, you know, Oldsmar, named after Ransom Eli Olds, the founder of the Oldsmobile, which the younger generation, ask your parents, they can explain an Oldsmobile to you.
It's not your dad's Oldsmobile.
Yeah, and they can also explain 8-track tapes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not having a remote control or a remote control back in the day was,
go change the channel. I was the remote. Yes, I was.
Go change the channel, so. But so Oldsmar Days is coming up in March, and then of course we have probably the largest Oktoberfest in the Tampa Bay area that goes on at Tampa Bay Downs. So
it is huge.
We constantly are growing that. We struggled a little bit this year because we've had trouble finding carnivals for some of our events because the carnivals can't find the manpower.
Right.
And all the different things that are going on. Everybody's short on manpower.
Yep, exactly.
But they're second Friday right there. The funniest thing is,
where is second? It says downtown Oldsmar. Where's downtown Oldsmar?
Yep, exactly.
Is that by you guys?
Yeah, it's by the chamber.
By the chamber. Okay.
It's on the 7 acres that the city is working towards developing a downtown area, mixed use. It's called vertically integrated mixed use that the city is working on. I'm actually running for Oldsmar City Council seat too, so to try and help that.
Look at that.
Yeah. So. But it's down there, and it's different than, everybody's like, oh, Dunedin, Safety Harbor. We're not Dunedin, and we're not Safety Harbor. We don't have a main street like they do. Our main street is Tampa Road, and the DOT does not like when you shut it down.
No, they're a little grumpy about that.
Yeah, they get a little grumpy about that. But it's right there. We typically have, 40 vendors. We have some music. We're looking to try and get some bounce houses in there for the kids.
Right.
We've teamed up with the Pinellas Jeep Club. And they come out in full, and when they do things, they do things.
So we went to an event and they were there, right? I literally felt like I walked through 2 acres of Jeeps.
Yes.
It was crazy.
2 acres and probably about $8 million worth of Jeeps.
Yeah, there wasn't a Jeep there that I'm like, I looked at one Jeep and I'm like that's a $100,000 to $150,000 Jeep with all the accessories and everything they've done to it. It is crazy.
So they really have stepped up and helped us with Second Friday. I remember the first time we got them, Garth is the guy that we were dealing with, and I was sitting there it's on Tampa Road, and I'm filling the cooler with beer, and all of a sudden I look up, and here come Jeeps. Because they basically they queue up somewhere. They queued up at the movie theater, and then they come rolling in. There must have been 100 of them, and they just keep coming and coming and coming, and they're great people. I've talked to many of them, and they'll say, oh yeah, we have a tub just for Halloween. We have a tub of accessories just for Christmas. We have, I'm like, you people are whacked.
Yeah, we did a Christmas parade for Tarpon Springs, and we streamed it, and they were there, and it was like it was never going to end in Jeeps. I was like, good Lord, and they were all decorated to the max.
We just did one. They asked us the chamber to help put together a Christmas parade. And we have a regular parade, and it kind of goes up the, kind of the bigger streets. I mapped this thing out. We went 8.5 miles up and down all the streets back in old Oldsmar.
Right.
And it was great. And it was a line of Jeeps, and they're just out to have fun.
That's awesome. Absolutely phenomenal.
They're great people, but yeah, the chamber is really good, but you get out of it, what you put into it. It's not really expensive. I think we have a program that for $25 a month, if you want it. We kind of started that during COVID because we knew people were tight on money. And so we do $25 a month, and you can make that back because on Wednesdays at lunchtime, Wendy makes lunch at the chamber. So 4 lunches a month, there's your 25
There's
bucks.
25 bucks right there. Yep.
But we do a lot of great stuff. I mentioned the nonprofits. We have 2 nonprofits that are really kind of near and dear to our heart. I know you know Mike Sutton from Habitat for Humanity.
Yep.
So we have one that's called the Holiday Sharing Fund that started about 12 years ago. I'm sure we've talked about it. And that primarily was done to provide bikes at Christmas for Oldsmar and Safety Harbor.
Right.
This year we did 85 bikes between the 2.
Right.
And then a little over a year ago, we teamed up with Habitat for Humanity, and we sprung off Kids Pedal Power because we didn't think the holiday sharing. So what we do is we give bikes to the families that are receiving a home from Habitat. And it's not a free home. It's a zero interest loan.
They have to work.
They put in
There's
350 to 400 sweat equity hours.
Yep.
And what's great is, and that's why I think Mike loves the relationship, is because, the parent gets the house to provide for the kids. But then we're able to provide bikes, sometimes only 1 bike for 1 kid. Sometimes we've taken 5 bikes for the whole family. And the coolest part about it is a lot of these kids have never even had a bike, much less a new bike.
Right.
And so what's neat is we have a couple that we do down in Pinellas Park. They're building about 80 homes down there. Wow. And we go down there to do another bike dedication, and you see the other kids still riding their bikes.
Yes.
So a big thank you to Walmart. They've helped us out a lot. A lot of people will bring back a bike at Christmas time or whatever. And the pedal might be broken or something. It might be missing something. So they donate it to our nonprofit. We buy the missing parts, and then we repurpose it. Either give it to a kid, or we've raffled some off to raise money to buy other bikes. So it's I currently have 14 bikes in my garage.
No,
so.
Wow. Wow.
So, I went in there this morning to get something it smells like rubber in my garage.
Yeah.
So, but,
all the tires.
Yeah. So it's great. The chamber is. And I'm not just saying this because I'm involved, but we're probably one of the better chambers in the area. Nothing against the other ones, but we're constantly trying to think of new things to do, new ways to interact with our chamber members, and really listen to them, give them a showcase, to help their business, especially some of the smaller ones. I did a trustee call yesterday, and it's called Good Karma. Good Karma something, but they're an affiliate of ESPN.
Oh, okay.
They put on the Gasparilla Bowl, so they're a chamber member, and so we're trying to figure out ways for small businesses or big businesses. They're going to put on the girls softball tournament that happens in Clearwater, the college tournament.
The big
that
one,
happens,
that was that thing's
We're going to try and work with something with our BMX track once we get that back open.
We drove by that this morning. They're working hard on that bad boy.
Yeah, that was
new walls. I mean, I saw the walls go. I'm like, that's awesome.
It's the walls like they do the interstates. The integrated or interlocking octagonal boxes, and that should be great. And it's going to be bigger and better than it was. We should be heading into an Olympic year, which means I still get cold chills when I remember standing at the top of that hill, and you got people from Sweden and Australia and Germany and Korea and all up there, and I was standing there, I'm like, where in the hell am I? Because all these different people are talking, but they're all friends, and the cool part is in the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, the gold medal female, Mariana Pajon from Brazil, and Connor Fields, the gold medalist from the United States, both came months prior through Oldsmar and won our event, and then went to the Olympics and won the gold.
So it's absolutely phenomenal.
I remember when we first started talking to John David from USA BMX, and I said, we just want to put Oldsmar on the map. It's just making my hair stand up. I said, we just want to put Oldsmar on the map, and he goes, Oldsmar is already on the map in all over the world, because in their locker rooms or in their wherever they train at, you know, it's got Oldsmar and the date of the Gator Nationals or whatever the event is. And so, I mean, why wouldn't you want to come here? I think we're in Oldsmar and in Pinellas County and the beaches. And,
there you go.
You know, so
it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, Doug, thanks for being on. I know you're filling in for people that didn't show up. I can't understand that. But thank you for watching. We appreciate it. If you're looking for something to do, Oldsmar has got a plethora of stuff for you to do. And I'm telling you, it's a great place. Thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next week. My Chamber TV.